I despise cold email. Despise. I've tried a lot of those tools that are out there for inbox management, even some that claim to be AI powered, and they just can't do it because there's nuance to it. This is a typical cold email complimenting me on my content, blah, 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 then getting to the sales pitch. This is a potential brand deal. That one I want. Look how similar they both look. They have almost the same wording. So I can't blame the tools for not being able to pick up on that kind of nuance. So I needed something to analyze the intent of the email. So I built an AI powered automation. My first attempt to solve this with an AI powered automation was to use Zapier. I set up a Zap where every email that I get gets sent to Gemini to assess with a detailed prompt whether or not it should consider it a cold email. And if yes, then add a cold email flag and filter it out of my inbox. But I ran into two problems with this particular solution. One, pricing. I ran out of my monthly Zaps almost instantly. Because I get an average of 280 emails a day, my 750 Zaps were used up in no time. On the Zapier plan that I have, each task, which is each time a Zap is activated, costs about 4 to 5 cents. To have Zapier assess each one of my incoming emails to see if it's cold email or not worth 5 cents per email. This led me to do something I don't normally do, which is head over to make.com. Nothing bad against make.com. It's a great tool, but I just find it a lot more complex than Zapier. I've been using Zapier for over 10 years, so it's just more intuitive to me. But for this, their pricing was so much better. So I built out the same thing. Email comes in, gets sent to Gemini for assessment. If it is flagged as a cold email, then it gets labeled with cold email and moved out of my inbox. And I added a log to keep track of whether I get any false positives or false negatives. This actually worked pretty good, but I still had a few that got labeled inaccurately, and I'm really stubborn, so I kept going. I decided to fine-tune a model specifically for this task. So I made a spreadsheet of 100 examples of emails where they should be flagged for true if they are cold email or false if they are not. And I used that to fine-tune a Gemini model to be specifically trained for this task. Fine-tuning is taking an existing model and adding to its training for a specific task, tuning it to be able to do that specific task. So after I tuned my model, I went back to make.com and I connected my fine-tuned model to it. That was not easy, by the way, but again, I'm stubborn. And that works really well. I've only had one false negative so far, and it was a type of email I hadn't trained the model on. So I simply copied it over to my training spreadsheet and retuned the model for next time I get an email like that. And with that, my inbox is great again. If you want to learn more about this so that you can ascend from AI mystery to AI mastery, go to pamand.ai. Here's where you can apply to be a client and work with me, and where you can sign up for my Substack newsletter, where I give out a lot of consulting for absolutely free.